Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you're having a really good Labor Day, and I'm doing exactly what you're not supposed to be doing, which is laboring, except I don't really think of this as labor, really. So it's Labor Day. I'm doing a video, which I feel like something that I've seen a couple of emails about recently. I thought I'd just talk about it a little bit. I signed up for this service. It's been a huge disappointment so far. I'm just getting started on it, but I wanted to show you kind of the first part of it that I was really intrigued about, and I guess that's the whole point, the advertising intrigue, try and get you in there into the service, and they start upselling you. And so I was going to talk about that today. Before I do that, make sure you sign up. There'll be a link in the description below to take you to this page right here, which is how Lance and I have been making consistent passive profits over hundreds of different trades now. Basically 30 seconds a week, just putting a trade, decays over time. It's not lost a trade yet over the last few hundred trades. So highly advise checking this out. And there's a webinar you can watch, and then there's some emails that follow up telling you a bit more about the system. And there's no crazy advertising, no weird marketing like I'm going to talk about today with this other service. And I think it's something that you guys will find really useful to add as part of your arsenal for your trading. So definitely check that out if you get a chance. Alright, in today's video, this was an email that I got earlier today, and it said, in this video, millionaire investor Brad Thomas reveals how you can collect royalty payments from one of America's top companies, Amazon, 8 times a year. How to get enough money to live off each year, depending on how much you invest, by collecting thousands or tens of thousands or more every year. And this Labor Day, he's giving away his formula practically for free. So I paid the $7, which is what it was, for this, which is totally nothing, so I thought it'd be fun to try and check it out. And yeah, so let's see what the actual video has to say if you click on the video link right here. Doing this weird Cloudflare thing. Alright. Yeah, so it came up like this, Labor Day sale. And it's appealing. It's almost using Amazon's own branding, right? Say, SEC filing reveals Wall Street billionaire set to collect 3.2 billion payouts from Amazon secret royalty programs. I'm sitting there going, what is this? What's a secret royalty program? This sounds cool. Apparently you can make enough money to live off of each year without having any other retirement plan. Wow, that sounds great. And so I watched this little video. Not going to play it for you. I can leave a link in the description if you want to learn more about this. It's quite interesting. Anyway, well, look at this pop-up first. So, first of all, it's all like strange, like, but good ad copy. So, this little-known IRS loophole. I haven't seen the IRS loophole part of it yet, and I've read the full report. So, regular Americans can now collect up to $28,000 in payouts from Amazon's secret royalty program. So that sounds amazing, right? You do that a week or a month or a year, it sounds great. And so on this page it's kind of vague, but they do make a claim that you can make this every year. 28,000. So remember that number, $28,544. So here we go. So this is the company. It's called Moe Research. This is inside the dashboard once you pay for the product. They have a bunch of stuff. So they have different products. I don't have access to all the products yet. The main thing I wanted to know more about was, what is this Amazon secret royalty program? I'm always looking for ways to add to my ways of making money, right? So if I can figure out a different way, add something else in, do something else, it's always fun to do. So I was all excited about this. And so they talk about how Amazon makes $1.2 billion a day in revenue, of course, not profit. And there's a way to get a piece of the pie. Brad Thomas shares the secret royalty, blah, blah, blah. So let's see. Who is Brad Thomas? That's the first question. I hadn't heard of him. This is Moe Research is an independent research firm. Experienced term. Brad Thomas, the founder of Moe, has over 30 years of investing experience. That's good. And his hand-picked team of analysts brings 50 more years combined. Okay, so it does seem like they're very conservative, so that's really good. Let's go and look at the actual thing that I signed up for, which is this. So this is one of numerous reports. So when you sign up for the $7, there's half a dozen or so of these types of reports. Generally, I hate these reports. They're added as bonuses to a lot of these like really hypey marketing services. So for like $17, you get access for a year, but really it's just a way to like sell you non-stop for the whole year. And usually the documents like this one are way overhyped and contain very little to no useful information. Like they'll be talking about some stock that died like last year or whatever. So this one though I was a bit more excited about. So we scroll down. Now this is something, this is where things get a little bit for me just like, So here's this number again, the easiest way to collect up to $28,544 per year from Amazon. So the problem is they have a disclaimer at the bottom that talks about where this number comes from. So I'll scroll down to that. So here is the part of the bottom. Can I make the 28,544 in royalties today? So we're long-term investors. We believe in buying and holding wonderful companies. Again, they keep reiterating this. Here's the problem. In the Amazon Secret Royalty Program presentation, that's what we're looking at, we calculated the 28,544 annual payout figure based on dividend payments from the two recommendations, which are these two. So the big secret here is these REITs. In our calculations, we started with $25,000 stake in Progolus in 1999. So you're not making this $28,000 a year unless you started with 25,000 back in 1999. This was the first year it had a contract with Amazon, and they also did 25,000 stake in 2005. Now it doesn't say if they actually did this or if they just calculated it, which is also interesting, whether they actually did or they just back tested it, came up with this report of what would have happened. So based on these figures and assuming you're reinvesting dividends, today you earn annual dividends of 11,000 from Paraglis and 17,000. But that's starting all the way back, reinvesting everything from 1999. So the amount of capital you need is large, and they admit that down here. So you need to invest roughly 7 figures immediately to make the same amount of dividends. So this is not some magic thing. In fact, this is not even particularly good like yields of any sort. If you buy T-bills, for example, like we talk about in thetatraders.com, then you could easily beat these, without doing anything. So while I'm not going to go into all the details about exactly how they're doing this, it just goes to show it's a good example of marketing where you really think they've got something special and they've really got you convinced that this is some cool new thing. They say you don't have to own any shares of Amazon, so you don't have the downside risk. Amazon lost 50% of its value last year, and so even if Amazon did do a dividend thing, which I don't think it does, then holding dividends, stock in Amazon would be terrible. So they're like, well, even if it did, it doesn't matter. This is like risk-free. But the amount of capital you need and the return is so low that in order to sell this, they have to hype it up and say things like $28,000 a year, or you could make this, really quickly. So Brad Thomas runs this advisory service called Intelligent Income Investor, and that report that I just showed you is talking about the secret royalty thing. This one, it's just one of several that he has. I thought it was the best sounding one, and honestly, I totally fell for it. I thought it was great. Still could be good, but it's not something I'm interested in doing. So it's insignificant amounts of, percentage returns. So not something I'm super excited about. These are the other guys at Moe Research. Nick Ward, Brad Thomas at the top here, Stephen Hester. You can have a look at some of these people. So he was a real estate developer. And then he lost almost everything. That doesn't sound promising. he definitely seems to have credibility, and I think this service could be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what else I get with it. I'm not sure for the $7 what exactly I get. Let's see if I get the Intelligent Income Daily. More ads. So it looks like I do every few days. Do get some sort of newsletter, which should be good. Be on the lookout to profit from this $43 billion internet infrastructure, the market pivot, profit from increased demand for warehouses. Interesting. So it doesn't seem bad overall. I'm just kind of annoyed that the report was so misleading in terms of such small returns and how hyped it was. I really thought it sounded cool. Anyway, that's my thoughts for today. Go and check out Wide Moe Research. You might find something there that you like. And they currently are doing pretty good deals for Labor Day. So thought I'd give them a shout out, as well as complain about how annoying their secret Amazon royalty, $28,544 per year, secret, top secret report is. Alright guys, have a good Labor Day and I'll talk to you soon.